Good morning, everybody. My name is Gercules, and welcome back to a brand new video on my Hardcore Season 2 world. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. We're in a location you guys might not be familiar with. So I'm in a Megateca, but I have built a nether portal to this place, which is right over here. I built this during a live stream. And there's actually some cool stuff close to here that I want to show you guys. So we have a trail ruins right here. And I'll explain what we're going to do here in just a minute, where that beacon is. But right over here is an ocean monument, which I have not looted yet. So I just want to clarify that before we start today's video. There was like a bit of a mound right here, which I excavated off camera. And the reason I dug this out is because we are going to be building a tree farm. Not just a normal tree farm, we're actually going to be building a tree farm that generates nether wood. So these two shulker boxes have all the materials we need, which is a design by Shulkercraft, which I'll leave a link to the video in the description, of course. But this farm is going to be a bit more complex than the cobblestone generator that we built a couple videos ago. But honestly, I'm more scared about this one because this does use TNT duplicators, but it's a different design than the one we used for the cobblestone farm. But we're also going to be building another farm afterwards, which is going to be for amethyst, which you can't really make an automatic amethyst farm. Alright, so now guys, I'm going to pull up the video on my phone and then follow this farm step by step. See you guys in a bit. So, the first thing that we're going to do for this farm is we're going to build a 15 by 15 square of glass. And we're going to place 3 glass in each corner. Need to build up 2 blocks, place a sticky piston, and then a solid block on top. Okay, and then it says you need to place blocks around the sticky piston. So according to the tutorial, this is what it should look like. By the way, the moss is a temporary block, so that's going to be removed, just to clarify that. Okay, now we need to place some repeaters. Alright, and then in the missing blocks, we just add some redstone dust. So the tutorial says this needs to be 1 click, and these two need to be 2 clicks of delay. Okay, so there needs to be an observer facing away from the farm, and then a sticky piston behind it. So now a redstone torch needs to go here, sticky piston here, and then a sticky piston facing upwards. What we need to do is add a lever on top of the observer and 2 slime blocks like this. And now we need an observer facing down. So then on top of these 2 sticky pistons, we place some netherrack. And in the tutorial, it uses both warped and crimson nylium, but since I'm only going to be using this to be used for warped wood, I'm only going to be using warped nylium. Then we need an observer facing up like this. Then I think I need a temporary block and then an observer facing like this. So now we need to place some temporary blocks and add a dropper. Then we need to place 4 hoppers facing into the dropper like this. Then we need to place some slabs around the nylium blocks and then redstone on top of that. Facing into the netherrack, we need to place dispensers and then hoppers behind the dispensers like that. Then we need to add 5 glass, 1 extra hopper on both sides like that. And then we need to place 6 more hoppers exactly like this. So then we add an extra 2 hoppers, 4 glass like that, and then we add the trapdoor facing like that. And in the tutorial it says that way you can access the dispensers to fill them up with bone meal. Then I'll add 5 more glass blocks. Then there needs to be a building block in the middle, and then we need to grab out the hopper mine carts. And then we need to cover it up with a glass block and a leaf. Then attached to the leaf block, we're going to add 2 observers, note block, and then another observer. And then at the back here, we're going to add a jack-o'-lantern. Next up, we need to add sticky pistons, building blocks right here, and then add more sticky and normal pistons on top of that. Then we add an observer and a building block. Then behind the pistons, we add blocks and then a slab right above the note block. We add redstone dust behind that. And then on top of the jack-o'-lantern, we place a piston. I'm not entirely sure if it has to be sticky. And then a redstone block right here. And then we have a repeater set on the last tick. And then a redstone on top of the slab. And now we gotta repeat this process 4 more times. I'll bring you guys back once I have that all done and dusted. So we just add a repeater and then 2 redstone dusts like this, and I think we're at this stage where we start building the TNT duplicators. So now we just need to place 7 slabs. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We place glass on top of these bits of redstone, and then we leave a 1 block gap and add 4 slabs like that. Then we add some redstone dust like that, a repeater like that. Need to place 4 comparators like this. Our last repeater and then bit of obsidian. Alright, now we need to place 4 slabs in this formation. Then we place 2 obsidian on each of the ends like this. Building blocks on the ends of the obsidian and then redstone dust covering everything. Then we're gonna grab the slime blocks and place them in this formation and then add another 3 like that. And then on top of the slime block, add a detector rail and then a mine cart. And then we add a wall right there. And then we place some coral fan at that exact block. And we have to replicate this exact thing on this side. We need to place a temporary block and then a wall underneath that. And then we place 4 obsidian blocks exactly like this. And then 2 building blocks like so. And then we add 2 trapdoors. And then we replicate this on the exact other side. Right, so now what I need to do is place a sign here and a sign right there. And then I add water to where the walls are. Alright, and then the most scary part, TNT underneath those walls. So we're gonna build out 6 blocks. Then the 7th will be obsidian. Then we need to build up 5 blocks and then obsidian right there, I think. The farm should be done. I just need to add a collection mechanism. Oh, I'm really praying this doesn't break. Okay, so I've just made a bit of a way out. And on top of that hopper, I'm gonna place a slab. And now I just gotta fill this collection mechanism with water. Now, there is a bit of a tutorial on how to do the water mechanism for this farm, but I think I might just do it my own way. And I should also put some light in there because it is pitch black. Okay, now in the tutorial it says to recommend testing the TNT dupers. But the thing is, I don't have a redstone block to give this a test, so we're just gonna give it a run. And we also need to fill these chests with bone meal, since this is self-sufficient. Oh hey, what are you doing here? Oh, he's got some good stuff. I gotta go back to my base and sort things out. I also need to come back here with bone meal. The beacon I will leave here though, because there is a mound past this tree line that I also want to remove. And I just want to check really quickly if the pistons in the tutorial are supposed to be 8 blocks or they're supposed to be like higher. Turns out, guys, I was right. It needs to be a little bit higher. I knew I was gonna mess up. So now I need to dismantle this entire thing. these obsidian blocks are in the right place, but I need to add 2 more layers of pistons and move this entire thing up 2 blocks. But I'm gonna fix that off camera. It's gonna be so painful to dismantle and like follow it again. I need to start work on the amethyst farm, which is much easier. So there's a geode here which we've fully excavated. We're gonna line the entire thing with deep slate. So essentially we're just gonna build like a giant deep slate box. So yeah, an amethyst farm like pretty much anyone can build. So this one I'm gonna do off camera. I'm gonna bring you guys back once I have this fully encased and have this also flooded. Hey guys, so this is the second day of recording. I couldn't record much after because the day that I recorded the build of the tree farm, it was Thanksgiving Day. So I've built up most of the walls. I've marked it out with deep slate. The last thing I just need to do is patch up the little caves here and there. And also really quick, I just want to explain why I'm making this a manual farm. Is that way I don't have to just get amethyst shards. From the amethyst clusters I can silk touch and get the small amethyst buds. Right, there is a granite patch right there, but we'll fix that. And now all we have to do is flood this place with water. It's gonna fill up very nicely. And just like that, it is entirely flooded. Just need to replace the gravel, or I mean granite patches with deep slate. And there we go, guys. Fully submerged former geode. So now, last but not least, time to test out the tree farm. Please no. Ooh. Alright, bone meal is in. I'm gonna wait for this to filter a bit. And flicking this lever should turn the farm on. Crossing my fingers right now that this does not break. Okay, moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. It's not making trees. Like, why isn't it working? Oh, is it because these aren't filled with bone meal as well? Okay, hold on. Let me test something. I'm gonna take half the bone meal from each and put it in the other dispenser. Maybe that'll work. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Boom. And there goes the wood. That is the best. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh yeah, a stack and a half, and it's been like, what, less than 5 minutes? That is the best. Now, all I'm thinking is to make this even more busted, is turning this into a bone meal farm, like compost the warped wort and the warped roots. As always, guys, I will give credit where credit is due. This farm design is by Shulkercraft. Link will be in the description. I'll also put a card linking to it like earlier in the video. You'll probably have seen it already. But guys, I am gonna wrap it up there. And you may be wondering why specifically these 2 farms. Well guys, just a bit of a heads up, I'm going to be starting the Deep Dark End Hub mega project on the 1st of December. These 2 farms are going to play a major role for the mega project. Whenever I'm going to be working on the project, I will be live streaming it. So be sure to subscribe to my channel so that way you get notified when I'm live. Also be sure to check out my Discord server because you'll also be notified when I'm live on there as well. Without further ado, thank you guys for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I shall see you all in the next video. See you guys later.